Okay, hi, my name is Erica. This is my presentation over the analysis of the Monica Lewinsky and President Bill Clinton case. So basically, like a little quick overview of why I chose this topic. I chose this for my project because obviously it was a major political case with these two people, and I knew it had a lasting impact on American politics, the media, and public opinion. People still talk about this to this day. By examining this case, I pretty much hope to gain a deeper insight on how narratives are created and constructed and their long-term effects. This case also provided me with a rich data set of media coverage, public reactions, and political consequences. Um, so for my data collection overview, I gathered and examined public commentary on the Monica Lewinsky and Bill Clinton scandal using Communalytic. So I found three videos on YouTube and I collected all of their comments through Communalytic, turned it into a data set of 5,000, and then I had to go through that 5,000 and basically clean it and um, condense it down to 500 comments. So from the 5,000 to 500, there was a lot of different feelings, a lot of different viewpoints, plenty of different responses. Just from skimming through it really quickly, like the main keywords that I noticed right off the bat were Bill Clinton, Monica Lewinsky, scandal, impeachment, and the White House affair. I made sure that Communalytic would only collect comments that were directly related to the event. So if there were any like comments that didn't necessarily like pertain to the topic, I didn't receive those comments. One of the key features of Communalytic, sorry, yeah, that I utilized was its capacity to evaluate the tone of the collected comments. So after we got all of our comments filtered and everything, we basically got it divided into three sentiments, so positive, negative, and neutral, based on patterns within the comments, keywords, and kind of like the overall tone of each comment section. So this is the data visualization. This is what I was just talking about through Communalytic. This is the positive, negative, and neutral, I guess like filtering. So it was created into a bar graph by categorizing my 500 comments as positive, negative, and neutral. The Communalytic analysis enabled me to rapidly determine the tone and the overall setting of the discussion. Over here on the left is a word cloud. So we used Voyant tools to generate this word cloud. It allowed me to uncover comment patterns, basically by highlighting a bunch of key phrases that were pretty much like repeated or like very common within most of the comments. So as you can see right here, most of the common words were Bill, Monica, Hillary, and actually the word like, shockingly. So for our thematic analysis, we actually had to use ChatGPT. And so we basically put our 500 word, our filtered 500 word comments with a list of questions that were provided to us in order to give us a list of like themes that it created. So these are just two of my themes out of the five that I got. The first one is Epstein and conspiracy. If you don't know anything about the Epstein family, definitely do some research. It is very interesting and actually has quite a lot of conspiracies behind it. But basically, this theme kind of discussed the like Epstein scandal and how there were connections or how like the media and how the public think there are connections between him and Bill Clinton and I mean the Clintons and how Monica Lewinsky was kind of used the same way that Epstein's young females, young women were also used. So they kind of tied that together. And obviously right here there are two comments that were actually pulled from my YouTube like comment section, that kind of tied into the first theme. So the second theme is morality in public figures. Basically, it discusses the moral character of public figures, gender roles, and implications for the White House. And again, here are two comments that they actually pulled and found from my YouTube comments that I had submitted. So, one thing I found notable was the significant variation in the language used to describe each figure. So, um, what that means is Bill Clinton, obviously, he was a president. And he was mainly discussed in political, like, terms, institutional terms. Nothing was really hostile towards him. Everyone kind of kept their composure towards him, shockingly, once the truth came out. Um, but Monica, on the other hand, this is Bill, this is Monica right here. Um, Monica was very vulgarized and was explained and kind of shadowed in a very hostile light. I mean, she was only 22 years old when this was going on. Um, but anyways, it kind of Voyant helped me visualize this difference. The development of public debates throughout the case was also notable as well. People were kind of taking one or the other side, but then also there were a lot of people that didn't want to take either of their side. So, in Community I observed that sentiment changed significantly based on the platform and the time period. So, what I mean by that is like the first video or like the first news press that was basically like shown in public light, those comments, those public reactions are definitely going to be different than, say, like a modern day news report or like a couple months later from the incident. Those comments are definitely going to be different with different opinions after hearing interviews, press articles, etc., etc. So that's what I mean by Community kind of observed like the platform differences. So the relevance of this research that I did kind of lies in the understanding of how political scandals influence public opinion. So people still to this day don't like Monica Lewinsky because of what happened. They think it's her fault. They don't think it's Bill's fault. Um, it helped me understand the influence of public opinion, media framing, and trust in government. By analyzing the Lewinsky and Clinton case, we can draw connections between past and present media dynamics, explore the role of gender and power in public narratives, and gain an insight on how scandals can shape political outcome and public perception over time. And yeah, that's my presentation. Thank you so much.